So what's going on here is this was a game that Rondon introduced to me in high school, and it was called Lords of Creation from Avalon Hill Games, and I think it was in Baltimore, Maryland, or something like that. Looking down the line, looks like Hasbro bought it at some point, so it'd be owned by the same people as WotC and everything else. Um, and but I just remember when we finished the Deadlands the Flood campaign, I thought, you know, I want to do something like Dutch or the Norse and Danish invasions of England in the sixth, seventh, eighth centuries then through there. And well, no, I want to do something from noir, 1930s New Orleans. And oh, wait a minute, I want to do something from And I thought, well, I remembered this game, and I asked Rondon about it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I got the PDFs on that and stuff." So we're going to borrow that and we're going to run it in Savage Worlds because I did not want to convert that to like, uh, well, well, it would have worked. It could work in 5e, I guess, but no, the mechanics are a little bit different. I think it'll work very because it's a deadly game, and what better rule set than Savage Worlds to get deadly and down and dirty. Right, right. It's like anything can happen at any
Because is it 1982 or 1984?
84.
Since it's 1984, what better way to stick it to the commies than buying some American-made snout paste? Eat it at the Olympics.
What?
Official sponsor of the Los Angeles Olympics, 1984. Snout paste of the Olympics.
Snout paste. Communists will switch sides for it. Sweet, sweet taste.
Sweet, sweet snout paste.
Because nothing says freedom like snout paste.
Then there's a bunch of Olympic athletes staring in the distance while the American flag waves in the background, and they're all eating snout paste.
Yeah. Well,
the 1980 Olympic hockey team won because their diet consisted entirely of snout paste.
Snout paste.
You guys have each been invited. I need to know, for you to explain to me how your characters know each other if they do, and so on. I'll start with Sid Galewind, who is. You guys have all been invited to New Bristol, Massachusetts. There's a guy named. Now that I've got all that working, I can get this out of here. Tom Morgan, who is somebody you're all associated with.
Of Morgan and Morgan? Sorry.
No, not a Morgan. Call Morgan and Morgan. No.
For the people.com.
Yeah, for the people. No, but he's an avid gamer and he owns this like old hotel in New Bristol, pretty fancy old thing, and he has this annual gaming convention there, and you guys have all been invited to it. Now, Sid Galewind, you're coming up out of Florida, Miami, and your preferred method of transportation gets you there pretty quick, comparatively speaking. And you are to meet Donnie at the airport when you get in. But tell us a little bit about your character, Vino, and you know.
Well, he kind of considers himself a bit of a hotshot. He's a Vietnam vet who mostly flew, supply missions and whatnot. So he's kind of taken to a bit of smuggling once he came back and established his business, logistics business, of course. He moves things, mostly legit. Mostly legit. He will occasionally smuggle in drugs, cocaine, weed.
I mean, if you didn't, what would the 80s be in Miami?
Right.
Where grouper?
But he mainly does the smuggling for refugees and such, humanitarian type of thing. So, think I know a couple of the others via military service. Uh, yeah, Huff. Think I also know like Gunther through some sort of thing in like Cuba or something.
Maybe.
Yeah, so Lieutenant Commander Scott Huffniner, United States Navy, retired. I served in Vietnam, Navy SEALs. Took that knowledge and went kind of freelance after the war. Got off at the airport and everybody went right, and I turned left. Uh, Spent some time in Central America here recently. That's where I know Sid from. He's dropping me in a couple times for some hops I've been working on. And I just got the message. I'm from Wisconsin, and I just got the message that this invitation to this gaming convention, and we all did gaming prior to what even was the world's greatest game, tabletop game. We did kind of our own thing in house. So.
Well, I feel that we probably played board games and card games, not just tabletop.
Yeah, war games, things like that.
Well, I said board, but war games work too.
Sure.
The 80s, Pac-Man is around. Street Fighter's coming.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm driving. Jenny.
Yeah, I would have flown in.
How do I do that? Do I drop that into the chat? Image, Jenny. She's in my notes. I've got it pulled up on my table.
Damn.
Nice. I dropped down in the belly of that thing a couple times. Gun rack in the back window. Right, Lambert's woman. Yeah, Peggy Puff. Yeah.
Oh, Peggy's a recently widowed housewife. She was a cheerleader and gymnast going through high school and everything, and kind of coasted her way to a communication degree in college. But then pretty much just stay at home after getting pregnant. Let's see, her husband was a JAG officer in the Navy, and then was later a DA, which is helpful whenever she got in trouble with her, kleptomania. Yeah, well. Oh no, they're just recently old enough to be out of the house on their own, so So she's
Seven
just
and
now
eight.
sat with a bunch of free time she hasn't had before.
Wait, Brad. They're just out on their own, and they're just now 7 or 8. There's something wrong with this picture.
Yeah, she needed him after to do other things. Old enough for her.
So,
Macaroni and cheese is on the stove.
okay. Oh, I was thinking Cincinnati. Or station wagon. Yeah.
I like that idea.
Well, Gunter is from East Germany. He liked being there. He didn't, the usual East German thing of spying. Since I think they had like 1 in 6 or 1 in 7 citizens was involved with spying on each other. The ratio is actually pretty impressive. He did some things. Actually, I think you may have run across Huff there a couple times in various things in Central America, but he's not going to talk about that much. But ever since the incident, he
I mean, yeah, it was classified. Right.
As the incident. Well, he ended up with some help with the CIA. He ended up down there in Key West. Now he takes people out on fishing trips. Yeah, I went over. He helped me get me over here, so we've been buddies. We go fishing. Occasionally, I help him out, and I took a flight up.
Well, I think we do because we know. I think we all know each other. I'm just not sure how we know him.
I thought he was a combat medic, was he not?
No,
Oh,
he didn't have anything to do with
self-trained. Yay.
Didn't he get kicked out of that other DM's group?
Hmm? Oh.
I need more screens.
He's a prepper.
Right.
I don't know why that was zoomed in. Going to say that you may not want to use that image, Marb, because of Twitch and the nipples.
Blur him out.
I mean, not that I mind.
The creeper van.
You need to add some official government censorship to it.
So anyway, so yeah, that's in a nutshell, that's it. You guys are all kind of coming in here. So Fish is riding in with Sid, and what's he? And Gorgio's texting me. What's he saying?
And I'm picking up Peggy in Queen City, right?
Can you get some of that chili?
You don't.
Spaghetti.
It's really chilly. It's really spaghetti.
Check 1 2. You can't hear that in Gorgio? He must be deaf. About 10 minutes, nothing. That's weird. Oh. Okay, so that introduction was completely unheard.
Awesome. All right.
Uh,
Take 2, guys.
I think that's the government trying to censor Donnie.
Hank will pass out before we get going.
All right, Charlie Brown.
Session 0.5.
all right, now I can use that overlay. So yeah, we'll let Donnie introduce himself later, and that way the stream, we actually have a recorded version of it. So audio got all jacked up. My apologies, but thanks in Gorgio, who was pooping, which is why he sent me a text.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. Okay, I
Good
hope
job,
everything
having enough fiber.
comes out all right in the end there for you, buddy. All right. So splash
Hello.
part.
I don't know if it triggered right or not.
Let's see. Now the stream's buffering. All right, looks good. That's a session 0. That's why we have a session 0. And so you land. How do you get to New Bristol? You're flying in. Does Donnie meet you with his creeper van and take you to from the airport to?
Either him or Scott.
Well, old Jenny ain't a very big truck.
If she get the job done, I can carry 3.
Well, there's 4 of us.
Peggy's
Is there
got
enough room with
station
the
wagon.
No,
You know-
we can sit in the back.
with the gun rack? Is there enough room?
bunch of rednecks come rolling up Old fucking truck. Oh my gosh. So let's see if we got some
No, I
Siren
mean,
Skate.
that was a picture of Denny in the summer months, but I also have a camper shovel I put on.
And so the fish is trying to like blend in when he do that. So, he'd still be wearing like kind of a suit and sunglasses, but he'd put on like a baseball cap.
Fish, we've talked about this. You said that you were going to wear the shirt I bought you.
Okay.
He did. He just got holes in the arms.
No, it's a Hawaiian shirt that makes him really stand out. You said you tried to relax, buddy.
I am relaxed. As he looks around suspiciously.
Don't do it. Waiting, don't do it.
Relax, don't do it when you wanna come.
We can't read that, by the way, Rondon. You put the thing up and the camera or the VCam wants to.
Oh, fish. He's standing at the airport with a sign that says fish. And the airport, it might have 4 or 5 Cessnas parked here. This little bitty country airport. So yeah, you're hanging out, and sure enough, here's old fish. He lands. So you guys kind of make your way to the hotel together, and you walk in, and the exhibit hall is boom. There's people. The exhibit hall is kind of this big banquet room off the main room of the hotel, and we're just going to theater the minded.
I think we've all been to a con. We have a general idea of what it looks like.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
Well, that changes over the years, but.
Well, yeah, but it's all going to be somewhat the same, though. You're always going to have some big common area where people gather and.
Yeah, and there's always going to be some big dude in a tiny skirt.
Yeah, I went to Gen Con in 1989, and I'm sure it's probably still pretty much the same. A lot of video stuff in there now.
Fortunately, the cons I'm familiar with don't have that, Mike.
Oh.
I thought that
Again, I went to Otakon, so.
I've never been to any of them.
That's a whole different puppy.
I would like to go to Gary Con in Lake Geneva. I'd really like to do that just once.
I was actually in Lake Geneva that summer that I went to Gen Con. It was in Milwaukee.
Why does it sound like the microphone just beating Mike up?
I just heard somebody roll for initiative.
Orc's going first.
I didn't hear that.
Which spot's the belly? His scales on the sides and his back are hard. His hind legs are powerful, but they're slow. The crowd underneath him, you can stab him right in the loins.
What the hell?
Jenkins? That definitely sounds like something Jenkins would say.
I can believe it.
I'm trying to figure out why it echoed like that.
Oh, I found the guy with this big guy with the little skirt.
Joker? Somebody's cosplaying as Joker.
freaky pig creature. That's what that one's called. These are all people who are attending the general conference, or the general conference, not Gen Con. Yeah, whatever.
Whatever the name of this con is.
I got totally lost in it. Yeah, this is a pretty cool little sound set that I found in here in Sirenscape. You're not in a party sheet. 1, 2, 3. Oh, well, that could be a
Who's not the
problem.
party sheet? Who's not the party sheet?
I'm not.
You're slacking, Marb.
On party sheet. Hey man, it's been a month. Let's see. I wasn't the original slacker. Now listen.
No, well, Brad's the original slacker, obviously.
Well, no, Mike was the first slacker, and then Brad finally decides that yeah, that's the image I'm going to go with today, like at 5 o'clock. So I'm.
It's teamwork.
So yes. Okay. You
makes
are
the
in
dream
there.
work later.
That means we need to reset bennies, reset adventure cards. Although I don't think we're going to get into. I'm going to explain a little bit about this this adventure. It's broken up into scenarios, and the first scenario basically is going to be a lot of investigation, a lot of investigative stuff, and you're going to have to pay close attention to clues that come about. Chase down leads, you know. And that's why I'd like to run through this as quickly as possible. I figure it'll be 2 sessions at a minimum if we just concentrated on, you know, the investigation at hand. But I know this group. I know this group well, and I like you guys to play however you like to play.
Right. We're going to see Christmas first.
So you may be asking me for the next 2 months, now what happened again? You know. So anyway, we'll just kind of go with it from there. I'm hoping Wicked shows up here.
What time of year is it? It's like midsummer, right?
Yeah. I mean it's it's midsummer.
It's a gaming convention in Massachusetts. Yeah.
So you'll fit right in a Hawaiian shirt, Fish.
Well, when we got there, I went to the hotel room.
Well, hang on.
Hold on.
I don't know
Cobble's got a
what
blender
the
out.
fuck Mike's doing. Are you blending up a drink or what?
Sorry,
what
the
it
camera's
sounded
resting on my snacks.
The camera's resting.
He was digging in that bowl, man.
He was digging in the buzz. Okay, now what was that again, Brad?
Well, when we got to town here, I checked in my hotel room and I put on the Hawaiian shirt.
You did.
See, now don't you feel better?
I don't know.
I mean, come on, you're not really standing out any more than the big hairy guy in the short tutu.
What was his name again?
I forget.
Princess Winstonia.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, America's very strange. I
I
wonder
hear
where
they have-
Donnie is.
Well, I hear they have these conventions in Europe as well.
No, back home, we have the convention that they call Do What We Say.
Well, I wasn't meaning in there specifically.
These musty shelves contain ancient wisdom.
Oh, do they?
It's a trap.
What? What? I'm looking for Soviet spies again.
Realize that that even in the Hawaiian flowery shirt, you don't stand out at all. The people dressed as the tabaxi, now they look a little bit odd, but there's stormtroopers. It's 1984.
Yeah, you
There's
would be
stormtroopers and so there's all kinds of shit. Matter of fact, you just kind of look plain.
Wait.
Well, people might think he's
Is that a Wookiee or
cosplaying.
is, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, people might think you're cosplaying Thomas Magnum PI.
Oh, we'll go with that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Now you got your
Is that
Magnum
a
PI.
Wookiee over there? Or does that man just have a very hairy back?
let's see, 84.
I swear I feel like I'm the video game looking back at Ben.
Yes, and when Sid returns from his room, he's wearing a replica of Howling Mad Murdoch's flight jacket from the A-Team show.
A-Team.
So you're dressed as Howling Mad Murdoch.
Yes.
All right. So
And I figured I just barely fit in there because they started in '83.
I've got to know, does I mean, Sid bought the get up for Fish. Does Fish even know who Magnum PI is?
I mean, I'm sure he watches some TV, right, Brad?
Occasionally.
Mr. Ed, Ozzy and Harriet. All the hot shows.
T.J. Hooker. I think that was the '80s, wasn't
Knight
it?
Rider.
Oh yeah, Knight Rider. Let's not forget that.
All right. So yeah, you guys just kind of walking through the con. Is there anything in particular anybody wants to do here before? I will tell you that it's Saturday. It's about right now. It's about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you have an appointment at 4. The con closes down at about between 4 and 5 for the day. It'll reopen tomorrow, but you are going to play in a special
That's an
guest
early
game
close.
with yeah, it's 1984, man. You know. Anyway, that's what it says. At 4 o'clock, you have a miniatures game that you're going to play in the main lobby, which is this beautiful old main lobby in this hotel. And the hotel's like 12 stories. The penthouse up on the 12th story. And Tom Morgan has this game, and he says, you know, he figures it'd be about 6 hours. You know, so you guys are going to start at 4, and you know, and then play from there. So you got a couple hours. You could do some other things if you wanted to.
Well, I hear they got Stan Lee here to sign comics at 3. That's the rumor, anyway.
You gonna go have Stan Lee sign some of your comics?
Oh hell yeah!
I tried.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
I can't put on my Stan Lee voice. I'd have to listen to him. He's been in
Well, do you
a
at
bunch
least
of
have
movies.
Stan Lee glasses?
There you go.
Close enough.
Yeah, so Stan Lee is there, and he signs your comics. Which comic do you have him sign?
Spider-Man #1.
Oh, Sid Galewin, you ain't sold enough cocaine to own a copy of Spider-Man #1. Did you steal it from somebody? You stole it from some 12-year-old kid whose daddy had a bunch of money, didn't you?
Well,
I
Well,
think it's a bootleg copy from Donnie.
to be honest, I'm thinking he probably has had this since he was, a kid, in Iowa.
Yeah.
I think it's a bootleg copy. That's why it says Spooder Man on the front.
Spooder Man.
Scooter Man.
Well, Stan's
I've
pretty
got Captain
impressed.
America 100.
Captain America 100. So you guys have
So
Stan Lee
first,
signed.
it's his first self-titled issue.
Oh.
And if I'm not mistaken, Spider-Man was one of Stan Lee's favorites too.
Oh, I'd imagine. I liked his cameos that he did in all of his movies.
Well, there was a certain uniqueness to his cameos in the Spider-Man movies compared to the rest of the Marvel movies. That's why I say that he kind of favored Spider-Man.
Well,
You good, Marv?
Your host pops out of a side room. Hey!
The living room is full of smoke.
You guys can see there's a television, one of those rear projection televisions before the days of, flat panels and everything. Great big giant thing sitting in this room he comes out of. It's got Cheech and Chong's
90% off
Cheech
what?
and Chong's Up in Smoke movie playing on the VCR.
And the room's filled with smoke, right?
Yeah. Hey, you guys can make it, man. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Look at all these people this year. This is fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know what you did, but you must have advertised or something.
Well, I paid a shit ton of money to get Stan Lee here.
Yeah, that would do it.
One of these days, though, they'll be making movies about his stuff. But, I guess.
Comic books, that's still a bit of a stretch.
I bet if they do it would be the Fantastic Four. It was the best movie ever.
I don't know about
Yes,
that.
that's the one that they'll make.
Oh, so you're not familiar with Magnum PI, but you're familiar with the Fantastic Four?
No, I remember it's Magnum.
Yeah, don't forget. Our game starts at 4 o'clock. He said, I got some things to attend to. You guys here, make yourselves at home. And he hands you a couple of free drink coupons, so you can go up to the bar and get something to drink if you wanted to.
Oh, the products.
Products.
If he was in there smoking, I offer to slip him an 8-ball of pure Colombian. I mean, it's a con, so.
There's only one
Now
game
it's a
at this party.
I mean, it is supposed to be a 6-hour session, right?
This is how we understand the 80s to have been.
Well, pretty much.
You just turned that into a 16-hour session.
Yeah, with the blinds drawn. Don't answer that door. I don't care who it is.
Say, you can make more if you split that up.
No, I was giving it to him. I wasn't selling it.
Oh, he runs
Of course, I
back
think
in.
we know how he got the penthouse.
He stashes it in his. No, this is just a little side room he's got off. It's like his office or something.
No, I mean,
Thank you. You see him, whatever Sid hands him, kind of covertly slips it under his jacket and runs back in the room real quick and unlocks the drawer on his desk, and you can see him put something in there, and he locks the drawer back. Anyway, I got things to do.
I was thinking Sid was the one who got the penthouse room for some reason, somehow.
No.
No, there are actually people who live in this hotel too. Some of the suites and things are like, it's like a historic building or something. Really nice old historic building. What? This is just called General Hubbub in the exhibit hall, and it is called Gen Con. So I would not doubt that somebody just walked around with a microphone at Gen Con recording this stuff.
Yeah, that probably should be changed.
Well, I'm sure it was edited to a certain extent.
I got you, Sid. I got you. Okay. Yeah, you make your way to the bar and use your drink coupons if you want to. There's also, punch and this Gatorade product. Seems pretty popular.
When did they invent that?
I think Gatorade's been around quite a while.
I used to chew Gatorade gum when I was a kid, so.
Yeah. 70s.
Talk about raunchy. Rank. Whatever you want to. It was hard to get used to chewing that Gatorade gum.
Gatorade Company, founded 1965.
Yep, in Gainesville, Florida.
Gators.
Well,
Chomp, chomp.
says the HQ is Chicago, but that's probably now.
Well,
Wait, is that a 45-year-old man over there that's for his mother?
It's very possible.
Peggy's totally dressed up like Ripley.
Nice.
If you would have paid more attention, you could have seen what was hiding in the shadows earlier. What was that?
It's called Munchkins. You hear that?
I didn't hear that. I wasn't really paying attention.
Oh, it's cracking me up, man. I don't know why. Well, I do know why.
I need to convince Ike to start drinking when we start playing, not before.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he can make it through session.
I hung out and waited to see if he would ever wake up, and he started mumbling, and then he shouted incoherently. And I was like, "Are you good?"
I know exactly what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
I'm good. Holy shit, where'd everybody go?
Was that a chipmunk I heard?
That's what I'm
They said
talking
they're-
about, Benno.
Did they say they're casting fireball and disintegration? Is that what they said?
I
That's
don't
what I thought I heard.
I didn't quite catch what they were saying.
Oh, is that on the background?
Yes, the background sounds.
There's that freaky pig creature again. That's what's called freaky pig creatures.
I know what it is. It's the like 3 or 4 people cosplaying as, I don't remember the name of the race, but the pig people in Star Wars.
Tellarite.
Tellarite? No, that's Star Wars. I mean Star Trek.
Oh,
This one?
yeah, it
I
is Star
can't, I
Trek.
can't
I
think
thought
of
you
what
said Star Trek.
the Star Wars pig people are called. The big greenish ones. Or not greenish, but
Gamoran.
the ones that you see in like Jabba's palace.
Gamoran.
Yeah, come on.
Yes, that's it.
Good job.
Is that what these are?
That's what I'm picturing them as.
Oh, they're pissed off.
I think that one just needs some McRibs. Look at that stain on his shirt.
I'm pretty. I think he may have just shat himself.
Was McDonald doing the Monopoly game back then?
I don't know. It'd have been close.
That's cool, yeah, they
That's-
sure did.
That's probably back when the one guy was still stealing it.
Yeah,
it was
Wasn't
exactly.
that, like,
That's exactly what was happening.
like the 2010s? Something like that?
I'm not sure when it was, but yeah, I
I mean, it
mean,
was for like
and
a
that
long
went on for
time.
like many years, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, what they could prove went back, but it probably went back a long ways.
Wow, what a douchebag. All them fries I ate for nothing, I ended up looking like that supersized me dude.
You need to sue him, man.
Yeah. That's why I look like this today.
I'm trying to get rich, trying to make $1 million.
Some guy who lost his bets on the White Sox is the one that took them to court.
Wow.
Or taken to court in a civil suit for running a confidence game.
Really?
Acquitted. They were were acquitted, but at the same time as all that was going on and they were being acquitted, the owners had decided that they needed a commissioner to somebody who could oversee the running of baseball. That's when they created the commissioner spot, and they picked Tennessee Mountain Landis, this whole judge, to be their first commissioner. And he said, that's all well and good, but any player who does business with or consorts with known gamblers or has anything to do with gambling will never be in organized baseball.
And then we have Pete
That's when they all
Rose.
got thrown out. But that's when the Black Sox got thrown out.
That was 1908, wasn't it? Somewhere in there.
All right, well, it was from like the early 90s to 2001. At least.
Yeah.
To that guy.
Yeah. Mr. Ripoff made me eat the nasty damn burgers.
Alright, so McDonald's fries were still fried with beef tallow then. So they were still the best fries.
Wow.
Well, they were beef tallow, and then they took that out and just used beef flavoring, and then they took that out, and now it's just vegetable.
I don't think it's even vegetable oil. It's I think they do something like canola oil or one of the ones that's supposed to be better for you.
Neutral. Yeah, whatever. Right, because I'm eating French fries because I want something better for me.
Well, I think it's more for the folks that eat a lot of French fries and eat a lot of McDonald's in general.
Or
No, it's because the vegans complained.
Well, wasn't the thing originally with the beef tallow part that they said they weren't, but they were anyway?
I mean, kinda.
I don't know. I think we're kind of getting off track here.
This is all related.
We're getting into the setting of the 80s where we are at.
You guys are doing fine because Wicked ain't here, and I can't start this without everybody being here. And yeah,
Thank you. Probably got a little pin that says she voted for Reagan.
Puff does. I'll tell you what. Let's it's up. Ingorgio said it was a good poop. Thank you for asking. Clyde would be proud. My mom was a sophomore in high school. Your mom was a sophomore in high school? Probably. I knew your mom, dude. So I think we'll call it right there and bring everybody in. That way we got a full 3-hour session to concentrate on some straight up police investigation type work stuff.
Sounds good to me.
Yep. All right, everybody.
I'm rolling to look for more Soviet spies.
You don't see any Soviet spies here. All right, we're out. Stopping the stream. Later,
That's what
everybody.
they want you to